What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out one of the most versatile portable data storage hubs that I got to try up until now. I don't even think there is anything else remotely close to this device available on the market. So what we have here today, it's called the UnifyDrive UT2. And just before we go any further, I also want to let you know that this video is sponsored by UnifyDrive. So what is the UnifyDrive UT2? Well, this can be many things to many people. So first things first, this can be a portable data storage. But unlike your regular portable data storage, you can actually expand the internal storage in this. So on the back here we have a metallic plate, and inside this we can actually install two SSDs up to 16 terabytes. So a lot of storage, but that's not the only thing this can do. That's just a small part of what it can do. If you want to watch movies from a device, let's say that you have a TV, you have a monitor, well, this actually has an HDMI port. You can just plug it in and watch movies right from this. If you take pictures, if you film videos with a camera, well, on this side here, we actually have a CFE card slot and an SD card slot. So you take that SD card out from your camera, you plug it in here, you push this button on the side, and it will back up all that stuff that you have on that card right in our device. So you don't actually need a screen anymore. You can just plug that in, save that data, and this you're not gonna lose that data. You're not gonna overwrite that card and lose whatever you had on it. So it can be many things to many people. This can also become a cloud for your smartphone. You know how you always have to pay for that cloud storage? Well, you don't have to do that anymore because this can be the cloud storage for your iPhone, for your Android device, or whatever you are using. And just to make it clear, this is your own private cloud. So this is very different than a public cloud service like iCloud and Google Drive. So all your data, all your information is actually stored on the physical drive that you have in your hand. So absolute privacy when we talk about the UnifyDrive UT2 compared to a public cloud service. Now, something that I find super useful is the ability to connect this to the internet. So you can connect it to the internet with this Ethernet cable that comes in the box. So very easy, you plug this in and then you plug it in at the office or wherever. Or this can actually connect to Wi-Fi. And what's very interesting is the fact that you can actually access it from anywhere. So for example, I can leave this at the office, I can be anywhere, and I can actually access all the data that I have right on my laptop, right on my phone, or whatever device I'm using. So very handy if you're working remotely, for example, because this way anyone from your team can access whatever files you have here. Of course, you have to give them their login information, all that. But basically, anyone that has the login information can access whatever files there are on this portable data storage hub from anywhere. So this is very handy, mostly if you have something on it and you are somewhere else, you're not in the office, and then you can access all that data. So you can basically upload anything right onto this, and anyone from anywhere can actually access that data. So very useful. Also, if you are somewhere where there is no internet at all, well, this can actually make a Wi-Fi spot. You can connect to that Wi-Fi spot with your smartphone, for example, and you can access whatever files you have saved on this right on your smartphone through that Wi-Fi spot that our device made. So you can use this even if there is no internet wherever you are located. The UnifyDrive UT2 also has an internal battery. So let's say that you're somewhere super remote, there is no power, there is no internet. Well, this can actually run all by itself, so you don't actually need to plug it in to use it. So you can power it on, turn on that Wi-Fi spot, connect to it through the app and download or access whatever files you need right from this. So you don't necessarily have to have it powered at all times. Now, personally, I always bring a power bank with me. It's nice, it's easy. You just plug it in and you basically have unlimited power. But if you don't have access to power, you can just use it with that battery that we have inside it. Alright, so next we are quickly looking at the app. So depending what device you are using, of course, the app will look a bit different. So if you are using a computer, the app will look obviously a bit different than the app that you're gonna get on your phone. But basically, you can access anything from the app. So whatever pictures you have on our portable drive, you can access from the app. Now, the pictures that you're actually seeing right here were backed up from another phone, so not from this phone, but I basically have the app on multiple phones and I can back up the pictures from multiple phones. So for example, I can play this video, hopefully the volume is low. So I don't even have the hard drive itself next to me and I can actually play this. The hard drive is connected to the internet, but you get the idea. So you can basically access whatever pictures you have backed up from any device. Here you can also see the usage of the CPU, the current temperature of the CPU and all that. You can also see how much RAM the device is using. I believe we have 8 gigs of RAM, and of course you can see how much space you have on the SSD that you have inside the device. So here I have a few videos that I saved from the computer. So these ones I basically dragged and dropped from the computer to the drive through the app. So now I can access those files from pretty much anywhere, and that's the beauty of this. You just leave it somewhere connected to the internet and you can access whatever you have on it pretty much anywhere. You can also use the built-in AI to search for certain things on the drive, and this way you're not gonna have to scroll through thousands of pictures. So for example, we'll just search for Laura, just to give you an example, and all the pictures with Laura would show up. So we click here and now we can see all the pictures that we have on the drive with Laura. So a very handy feature, because this way, as I said, you don't have to go through thousands and thousands of pictures finding whatever you're looking for. And as you've seen for yourself, the app is super cool and it makes it very easy to find whatever you're looking for. I forgot to show you what comes in the box. So if you're using this as a media player, for example, so connected to a TV or a monitor, you also get a little remote control that you can actually control it, so you can start a video or a movie or whatever you have on it. We also have a couple of screwdrivers. There are also a couple of screws, or 3 screws I believe. So you can basically install those SSDs inside this. We have HDMI cable, USB-C to USB-C, and we also have a power adapter. Now, personally, I keep this plugged in whenever I use it. I rarely take it on the battery that we have inside it. But if you don't have any options to plug it in, as I said, you can use it on the battery that we have inside, and that also works very well. So if you're looking for a solution to back up all your files, I love the fact that you can just plug in a card, an SD card, for example, press a button and everything gets saved on this. Because this way you're not gonna lose your files again, you're not gonna misplace that SD card. Plug it in, copy everything, and then there is no danger of overwriting on that SD card or anything like that. I love the fact that I can back up all the pictures from my phone, for example. I can easily drag and drop files from the computer because, again, I have the app there, I'm logged into this. I can just drop whatever file and then I can access it from anywhere. And realistically, anyone that has the username and password or the profile that you made for them can access those files. So very, very handy if you're working remotely. So you can basically take this with you anywhere, work from anywhere, and you always have all your data with you, nice and safe. So very, very handy tool, nothing like this that I've seen on the market before. As always, there will be some links in the video's description so you can check out the UnifyDrive UT2. Thanks UnifyDrive for sponsoring this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave some comments down below and I'll try to answer whatever questions you may have. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.